At Enovation, we've been working with charities and non-profit organisations for more than a decade. In the last year alone, we have worked with more than 15 charities across Ireland to support the important work that they do.
Hi, my name is Sarah Reeves. I'm the Director of People and Organisation in Depaul.
My name is Evan Friedman and I'm the Learning and Development Specialist with Depaul.
I put together a learning and development strategy where I wanted to, use the LMS platform to incorporate a blended learning approach. And really for me what this was about is having a combination of online learning and that wasn't just compliance focused and that we would also incorporate classroom training. So we'd incorporate things like leadership development programs, and then we had a number of targeted learning modules and also elective modules as well, that really focused on things like personal effectiveness, that we were kind of, enhancing people's skill sets, not just for now, but also for the future as well.
So we would provide a lot of online training modules to our staff, which makes it a lot easier for them to complete their mandatory training, especially if they might be from home or working remotely. So that's a main way that we use our system. So we are using our LMS from the point that our staff member joins all the way through their career with us. At this stage, we're actually still adding new capabilities to our personal site. So we're working on programs right now that allow new starters to see from the start what their induction looks like, what trainings and policies they should be prioritizing, and at what stage they should be completing them. So we've recently set up the certifications on our system, which allow for notifications from the system to let people know how long they have between the time they start or since they've last completed a program or certification until the next time that it is due to be completed again. We've been able to introduce so many different types of features onto our platform that more and more people are interested in including their own work on the platform because they see how it can benefit them in their work and what they do. So at this stage, now we have 4, 5, 6 people who are participating in contributing to the learning management system, whether it be on the communication side to provide weekly updates out to our staff, or uploading compliance reporting, or creating seminars on the hub, which is what we call our Totara system. There has been some upskilling requirements to get staff and managers to fully understand how they can utilize the system, but the more they learn about it, the more they realize it really makes their job a lot easier. So for quarterly reporting, managers are now able to pull their own reports on individual policies, individual courses, or on our mandatory compliance training. So that's been a really major feature for us.
So in terms of our business goals, we're geographically dispersed. So we have 37 services across the island of Ireland. So it really, helps to meet that goal of being able to, give people the opportunity to be able to access their learning anytime, from anywhere. We have, a number of shift patterns as well. So we have a 24/7 services. So that means that we have a number of people who work days, who work nights, who maybe work weekends, and then it gives them the option to access their online learning at any time that suits them as well within a certain time frame. It also gives us the opportunity as well to promote to all our staff at the same time new learning initiatives, classroom-based learning as well, so that they can then plan their time in order to attend a classroom. So our managers know then what they need to build into the rota. So there's a lot we can do on the platform to promote the learning, but offer them the bookings as well. I think the platform as well, it really looks as well at the different roles within the organisation, and all our learning can be directed then and set up in terms of what people need to know in their specific roles, and that really is to achieve the best outcomes for our service users as well, so that people have the right knowledge to be able to do their role effectively.
So Enovation was really helpful in this process. I think when we first moved into the project, we weren't necessarily sure what the requirements were going to be from an organizational side. And because we are a smaller organization, or we were at the start of the migration, we've grown a lot since then, it was really valuable to have such a great partner in Enovation. They were always very patient with us, made time for regular meetings, and certainly guided us, I think, more than probably another partner would have. They really created that time and showed us not just how to do the project itself, but made us confident in managing the system ourselves after the migration was through.
So I suppose the first thing I would say to another charity is that Totara is an open source platform, and this really gives you a huge amount of flexibility in terms of what you can make available on the platform. There isn't a huge amount of involvement needed with IT as well. There's a lot of also training provided by our learning partner Enovation. So there's a lot of training provided to our e-learning team as well, where they it makes it kind of easy for them to also be able to put up the content and also the monitoring element of it as well. So certainly from a compliance perspective, we have good reporting requirements, so we can see overall, we can get a sense of what's happening with our learners and overall as an organisation, but then we can drill down into service by service, and it can help us see kind of where maybe some of our challenges are, what we need to focus on, what we need to redirect, what we need to maybe communicate more or promote more. And really, I suppose, what are our learning gaps, and really try and fill those gaps then. So when we looked at this project, we did consider cost, and we did, I suppose, review all our budgets and really looked at what was the most cost-effective solution for us as an organisation. And really for us it made sense, because we're so geographically dispersed, to, I suppose, get the best utilisation of the limited budgets that we do have. We thought that it was best to go down a more digital route, so to look at an open source platform made the most sense for us from a cost perspective. Whilst there is a cost definitely attached to the project, it was something that kind of gives us much more flexibility. Also as well, we get a lot of engagement from our learners as well, and that we can see as well that the skills that people are now developing are benefiting them in their roles now, but also into the future as well. I would summarise the platform in 3 words. I would say it's flexible, efficient and empowering. We applied for the HR Management and Leadership Award in 2021, and we were successful, and we won the award for Best Learning and Development Strategy. And a huge part of the application was we talked about our learning management system, Totara, and the way that we had migrated from a Moodle platform to Totara platform, and what scope it gave us to be able to do to, I suppose, really realise our vision and our strategy.
Open Source LMS offers great solutions for onboarding, compliance, L&D, policies and procedures, remote learning and blended learning. To see how we can help your organisation, get in touch with us at info@enovation.ie.